Today's dish is a classic way to use up some leftovers at Christmas, and going to combine one of my favourite kids' stories. It's green eggs and ham, done my way for you this Christmas, and we're going to serve it on some beautiful green wraps. So we're going to do those. I've got some leftover Christmas ham here. I'm going to go like classic Christmas breakfast type thing, and just going to grill the ham. So just to warm it through a little bit. You could definitely serve it cold as well, but I think this is a good warm breakfast. You might have had a couple too many eggnogs at Christmas and you need something to fill that stomach the next morning. This is perfect. I've also got some eggs and some herbs, so that's how we're going to get our green eggs. But first of all, I'm just going to chuck maybe 3 slices of ham onto our grill. You could put it into a fry pan. You can also warm it up in the oven, your choice. And then I'm going to get my fry pan on for my eggs. So when I've made green eggs and ham in the past, it's usually scrambled eggs with lots of herbs through it. This time I'm going to go with fried egg. I personally love a fried egg, and I think they're a bit underrated. I'm going to use, a bit of a different technique. Let's see how this one goes. So I've got some chives and some dill here, and while the pan heats up, I'm just going to chop them. So we're going to go rough chop on both of these, and they're going to add, the flecks of colour over the top of our egg to be our green eggs and ham. Any long bits we'll just put into the compost. So that's our chives and now our dill. If you didn't like chives and dill, like with all our dishes, as we always say, if there's a different herb you want to use, parsley would be great in this. You could use some sage as well. Sort of choose your own adventure. I like these two for breakfast. Now, a bit of olive oil into our pan. Now, always extra virgin. I can see it's quite warm. I'm just going to take my pan off the heat. When I fry an egg, I want a hot pan, but I don't want it like smoking because it's going to cook the bottom of the egg too quickly. But here we go. It should get a nice bubble from our egg. There we go, that's perfect. And now I can move that back onto our heat. And this is where we get our green eggs part. So I'm going to mix together the chives and the dill. I'm just going to sprinkle that literally all over the egg white. And there we go, I want that little bubble, but we don't want it to be too hot. I'm going to turn the heat down now. And we're not going to flip our eggs over, we're going to serve it sunny side up. So that is the green eggs part. Now our ham should be ready. Turn that over, nice little char marks on them. Beautiful. And then all we need to do is warm up our wraps. Just going to chuck it on our grill, like 15 seconds each side, just till they warm through. Doesn't need to be crispy. And the other thing I do when I cook eggs, especially fried eggs in a pan, I just season the yolk and the white just to add that little bit of salt. And I'm also going to go just a little bit of black pepper. I think eggs and black pepper are a great combination. So just, again, grate over the top. There you have it though. This is a pretty simple one, but I think a fun one for Boxing Day or post-Christmas, just to entertain your friends with a little bit. Everyone loves Dr. Seuss, or in my family do anyway, and green eggs and ham is that classic story. It looks pretty good. All right, so we're pretty much ready to assemble our green eggs and ham. Now you can see the wrap's got a nice little bar mark, but it's still nice and pliable. I'm going to turn the heat off on our ham. I'm going to turn the heat off on our egg as well. We're looking really good. This is how I'll assemble it. I'm going to go on the base, just a little bit of rocket. You kind of want that to go on the warm wrap so it wilts a little bit. And on the warm rocket, we're just going to go a little bit of cheese. So I've got some Comté cheese here, which is a nice French hard cheese. I'm just going to grate a little bit of that over the top. This is really nutty. Goes really well with the eggs. Just grate it over the top. We're going off a fine microplane so it kind of melts when the hot stuff goes on the top of it. So we've got our Comté. I'm going to add our ham. That'll start melting the cheese. And then the star of our show will go on top of that. We've got our green egg. So it's kind of a green eggs and ham taco almost for Boxing Day. But you can see there you've got a beautiful selection, bit of leftover ham, Christmas wrap, and then when you fold that up, get your runny yolk straight in your mouth. Green eggs and ham for breakfast this Boxing Day, using up your leftover Christmas ham.